Good morning.
Mycicle's Bicycle Shop. How may we help you?
How baby bump you?
Oh,
And of course, the moment we start.
The moment we start, he gets a spook. No, don't get a spook. Stay with me. You're forcing your love upon me, and now I'm going to force mine upon you. Happy Friday. Bubbers has been aggressively giving me boops for the last 20 minutes.
But now because we're gonna start, he's like, no, I don't want it no more.
Because we're being too loud for him. he's not digging the loud. Good morning, afternoon. I know that our UK peeps, you haven't switched over time zones yet, so apologies. Well, we should be all synced up by Saturday. I believe you guys are switching back over. So apologies if our time frames are off a little bit. Guys, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Starla. This is Marc. This is Bubbers. Ammy's on the floor. And welcome to the Friday Bean. We're going to be critiquing Etsy shops for about an hour-ish today. Keep in mind that we do choose these randomly from the chat, but there are a couple guidelines that you need to follow before you submit your shop, so please wait to do
not submit your shop yet.
Yes.
Thank you.
Please wait. So basically, when submitting your shop, you're not going to post your link because YouTube doesn't like that. And they'll get mad at you.
Yes, they will.
What you're going to do is go to your actual shop page, like your Etsy shop storefront, and right beside your little shop photo, your shop name will be there. There won't be any spaces. It'll just be like your name, your shop name, no spaces. That's the shop name that you need to copy and paste into the chat. Bubbers, will you maybe... Okay, there we go. He's like making my nose run.
He's like, I want to go be destructive. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna want to do.
That's what he do.
That's what he does. So we're going to get through as many as we can. We're not doing them in order. They will be completely random.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll do our best to get through as many as we can.
Does your YouTube do pop out chat now too? Or
yeah.
Pop out.
Yeah. I already posted it. That's fine. You'll be able to post it again because we're not going to scroll up and look at any of the other ones. So you can go ahead and start posting them in the chat. Please only post them once until we say to repost links.
Yeah, and it's the thing that goes at the end of the URL. Like if you're looking at etsy.com/shop/ that's your shop.
And we have to be really careful on Etsy today, because we're not logged in. We always log out for this. But Etsy, even when you're not logged in, shows you what's popular now. So feel free to go to etsy.com, logged out, and click into the search bar to have the what's popular now list drop down. And
yeah, let us know what inappropriate thing is in yours, because there were a couple in ours.
Yep, there was.
And some things for Old Greg. If anybody remembers Old Greg.
Yeah, Old Greg is
anybody like the Greg Baileys from a shoe?
Apparently, Old Greg is trending upon, including other...
It was the fourth. It was the fourth most popular search. It was stained glass Old Greg.
Probably got featured on BuzzFeed or something.
Probably.
That's usually what happens when something very specific starts
A
trending.
lot of people loving my hoodie. Thank you. It's Cloak brand.
He's very pink today. He wears that hoodie everywhere, and you should...
I love this hoodie.
You should see the looks that, old men give him. They're like...
Oh, I don't care.
Don't you know...
They're just jealous because I got this banging mustache, and they don't have the guts to try to pull one off.
Don't you know boys can't wear pink?
Don't you know?
I've heard somewhere, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I've believed for a long time, that Hitler was the first person to do the pink for girls, blue for boys, so it's kind of...
Probably. It's an old world thing. Pink
to identify
pink
the babies.
Actually used to be a really popular color in men's suits in the 1920s or something.
Which would make sense that if it was, if it was Hitler who introduced the colors or for certain genders, then it makes sense. Feel free to let us know if that's true. That's what I've always heard. All right, let's see. John.
I'll go ahead and show it. That's fine.
That's fine. Popular Now has some weird stuff in it. All right. We've got a decent... Oh, the trending on mine is rather instant. Right? We can't show you with the trending on ours. YouTube will get mad at us.
Yeah, I don't want to get demonetized.
Exactly. Oh, I've got cat hair all over my face. Okay,
Good for you.
We can probably
There's only a couple shops in. Oh no, I guess I'm just stupid.
No, there's
so what I do, just for people that don't know, I will set my mouse around where they start, and I will scroll up and down without actually looking at the screen and click, and whatever the first thing to be highlighted is the shop that I pick. So pink ribbon and Nazi time were for marking the gay people.
Oh.
Got it.
Well, I need to do some more research on this topic.
Need to brush up on my history.
That was all, not that I wanted to learn about like that time. Not like I was excited, but that was
come on.
It was the most interesting, like as a young adult. I remember like in middle school starting to learn about it all, and just I think that's where I started really getting into human psychology. Just anyway.
Go over there for?
Let's
Of course, it's a long time watcher.
Tina! God dang it, Tina.
How did you... There we go. All right. Well, I guess we can do no face for these ones. Except we're still on the screen because I've got YouTube playing in the corner.
That's all right.
Okay.
Tina had... Last time we did critiques, we told Tina that she should work on her cover photo because it was a little blurry. And Marc has like the best monitor that you can buy.
It's one of the best you can get. This looks great.
And it
Tina.
looks
a lot better than it did.
Yeah, it's very, very clear now. So it looks way, way better. Ooh, where's the mouse? It's over here.
It is over here.
Couple things that we always recommend is making sure that you have a photo of yourself in your shop owner section, which is great. I love that you also have all of your social links on your banner. That's really cool as well. You've got your EEP URL. For those who don't know what this is, it is her mailing list, which is because Tina is in Handmade Alpha Academy. We teach you how to create a mailing list for your audience. That way, in the event that, let's say that like your shop were to get shut down, or maybe you just don't have any visibility on social media and you want to host a sale or a new collection launch. If you've got their email address and you have an email list set up, then you're able to message them directly about those things. And Etsy says that you can totally have a mailing list. You're totally allowed to advertise.
Well, they're not really allowed to have control over that anyway.
Yeah, you just can't add people to it on your own.
No, you have to have consent. Even MailChimp has a thing now, too. If you go to the import contacts thing on MailChimp, it actually says learn more about how consent affects mail delivery.
Yeah.
So make sure you're getting consent.
Yeah. Let's see. We've got that cohesive branding. I'm seeing this color in the mist in the background. So there's no questioning what your branding colors and fonts are.
I love the emoji splash at the beginning of and end of the text there.
Yeah.
All the outdoor emojis.
And emojis will draw attention to things, especially like here.
Yeah, I like the stars on that there because stars immediately grab people's attention.
Yeah, people are going to see that little splash of color in here. So we will take a little scroll down. You have some awesome photos.
I actually really like those mugs.
And normally, guys, you if you've been following me for a while, you know that I prefer the light backgrounds. Etsy prefers light backgrounds and when they feature product. This
is a good example of how it's not entirely necessary.
Exactly. Tossing in, especially with the leggings, tossing in some lifestyle photos, it looks really, really nice. And what matters is that they're well styled photos.
I really like these like center of the room shots too. Those are very creative. And then putting the patterns on the side so you don't actually have to open the listing to see what's on it.
Right. So
yeah, that's really good, Tina.
So you're not like squinting trying to figure out.
I really like that idea.
Yeah, I always struggle to figure out how the heck to show off like tiny designs. So let's take a scroll down. You've got some good reviews, good photos in your reviews as well. Mm-hmm. You've got your about section filled out. This is the number one thing that I think that we see shops not do is fill out their about section. Hey, Tina, this picture looks familiar. She sent me this. Oh, and there's a bun. Look, there's a bun. So she has photos of herself, of her workspace, things that are going to form a connection with Tina. Her customers are likely, most people don't scroll down to the about section, but if they do, they're actually looking for it. They're looking for a reason to like you and to buy from you. And this is like that. Give me one good reason why.
Yeah.
And when someone sees these photos of her out in nature and her having fun with animals, and she's got some woodland photos and lots of, you're like Snow White. You have all the creatures.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. And then your workspace.
That was a beautiful horse.
Beautiful horse.
It was.
You even got the branding down in your about section. Very, very cute. Oh, and then you've got your sister shop, which is her horse-themed shop as well. Got your shop members filled out with your bunnies, which is super duper cute.
I always love that.
Let's see. And you've got your policies.
Everything's all filled out. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, like, if Etsy gives you go back to our faces. If Etsy gives you a platform to fill something out and you're leaving it unfilled, you're leaving a gap for error. There's something that somebody could miss, or you're leaving yourself vulnerable to a bad review, or somebody getting confused and just being a hassle to you. There's all sorts of things that could go wrong if you don't fill things out. So make sure you're filling out all of your shop sections. Woo! Almost lost the camera.
Earthquake.
Earthquake.
All right, go back. Okay, so and we'll look at one listing. I clicked on this one because it was cute.
It's very cute.
It's very cute. So I'm assuming that you're trying to rank for engraved heart necklace, or maybe you could broad match for bunny necklace or bunny lover gift. Bunny necklace, rabbit jewelry, cottagecore gifts, Easter jewelry.
Got the holiday thing right there on the end.
Yeah, you're going to be able to broad match for a lot of these as well.
You got that low on stock tag in there for the scarcity.
Yes. And then you have your you've got color options as well. So let's take a little scroll through. If you
my mouse is hard to click with, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I would say that I'd be curious to see you experiment with the is this rose gold? Yeah. I would be curious to see you experiment between the colors. And I guess the silver is a little harder to see what's on it. Mm-hmm. But it might be fun to experiment between the different colored necklaces, or do like an A-B split test. And see which... Oh! Can he jump up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll stay up there the extent that we're up there. I was just trying to get our freaking chat so I can see what people are saying.
There we go.
There we go. Because Tina had said something.
Okay. That's Jen.
That's exactly what showed up in ours. She had said, I'm probably not going to be doing jewelry anymore, but that's a good example because I haven't sold any yet. Okay.
And it's cute, but it's not the same as everything else that's in your shop, which makes sense to me. I'm seeing a lot of things that have like more detailed artwork, and that's more of like an outline type thing. I think that you should stick to the more detailed artwork because that's obviously what's selling the most. People are wanting your art.
You're good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's high detailed things, and the necklace is a little more minimalist. So, but overall, I don't really have any critiques.
I mean, honestly, with your product, anything that has your art on it, obviously, like she said, is going to stand out. But like, there's nothing in particular that I would take out of here. I mean, the jewelry obviously is probably a little more time consuming. But anything that you can do with the clothing, and like, these are beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome. You did a good job. Back to faces.
Oh, back to faces. I know. I'm just staring at the screen, not realizing you guys are looking at me.
Those skeleton mugs have been selling. Mugs are always going to be something that's a little bit easier to get rid of.
Yeah, everybody needs mugs. I have so many mugs. Every time I find like a cute mug, I buy it, even if we don't have any cabinet space for mugs.
We don't have any. Our mugs are literally stacked in our thing, like on top of each other all the way across in a full double-sized cabinet. We have so many freaking mugs.
And I'm working on the second, like our actual, like, we have our nice plate cabinet for the good plates, and then we have our crappy plate cabinet for, like, normal dinners with just us. Family plate, friends coming over, whatever. Ugly plates. And the mugs are starting to creep onto the ugly plate shelf because we're out of room for mugs. Please don't send us mugs. Unless they're cute. Then we'll get rid of some other mugs.
Yes. Don't ask us to buy mugs, but if you want us to if you want to send us mugs, we'll accept mugs. P.O. Box link
Mugs.
somewhere. Go look at an old video from like a year ago. P.O. Box is in the description. All right.
What's up with all these bomb shops submitting? This is great.
I mean, we can't be like, hey, yo, with the suck shop.
No, but these are really... Tina's shop is good. We got Tina and Christina. Christina, do you ever go by Tina, or are you just Christina? Because that would be eerie if you picked
two Tinas. Are you like me, where people say, like, oh, do you go by Tony? And I'm like, no, I'll shoot you.
And Tony. Hey, Tony.
My name is not Tony. It's Anthony. Thank you.
Now everybody's confused because they think your name is Mark. You don't know what his name is. You'll never know.
It's Larry.
It's Larry. All right.
Oh, let me scroll the chat.
Oh. Okay, so the first thing that I noticed right away was the branding. Christina has this kind of teal color, and I love that she did the custom edge. So
yeah, I love that. Amber Marie did the same thing, and it worked really well for her.
Yeah, it looks so styled, and all you guys have to do is at the bottom of your banner when you create it, just make some design white, and it gives it a contour, or in this case, Christina has like, it's almost like little bubbles. It just makes it a little bit more unique. It's very eye-catching. Your banner is very crisp, though. No critiques there. It looks great. No question as to what your branding is. It's very obvious, and you've got your kitties.
It blends very well. Scroll back up. Quit trying to cut me off, woman. I like how, because she's got the actual pictures over here that blend right into the actual top banner, and I'm assuming these are pictures of things that she has made as well that she's just kind of slapped down on there, and it works. It's minimalistic but not, and I like that.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Something I didn't point out in Tina's shop, but I guess I can point out in Christina's shop. This area right here, a lot of people use this as their slogan, but you can also keyword optimize it. And kawaii stationery and home decor, those are both keyword phrases that I would assume that Christina wants to rank for, so that's perfect. Let's see, you've got a little bit in your shop announcement. That's good. You've got some good keywords in your shop sections. These are also an area that when you actually title these, you can get a couple keywords in them. It's not going to make a huge difference, but
your art style is adorable.
Are these
original?
These are super duper cute.
Neuro spicy. I like the Powerpuff Girls font.
I like all the red pandas with turning red coming out. Red pandas are super trendy right now. You have so many cute things. Mark won't admit it, but he loves.
I won't admit it.
He will admit it. He loves.
I like cute.
He loves the super cute little.
I work with Etsy sellers. If I didn't like cute, I would hate my job.
He loves all the little kawaii. Aw, cat burger. I want a cat burger sign.
I would honestly get that cat burger as a tattoo for sure.
You want a cat burger tattoo?
Mm-hmm.
How about cat ramen?
No.
All right. Well, your photos are super cute. If you haven't been able to tell already by us.
She said she designs her own things. That's amazing. Very, very adorable. You took a common art style and made it your own. Very
cute. You've got a video right in there. Photos of your studio space. A kitty. A kitty.
That's a floofy boy or girl, whatever it is.
Kitty.
It's floofy.
Would love to see a photo of you somewhere in here, but it's not necessary if you don't want to put one in there.
Border.
A lot of people just really like to see the creator in the About You section, but you do have it filled out. You've got your photo in your shop members. You've got some links. And it looks like you got
most of it filled out. That's good. Yeah, if you can get a photo of yourself in there, get it in there. She's got a picture of herself for her tag, which means it shows me that you're not afraid to show your face.
Let's click. We'll do the stickers.
Kitty Borger.
Looks like you could get some more photos in there, and I know that it feels super repetitious when you're like, how many photos of these things can I take? Especially with things like stickers where it's a flat item and you can't show off the back or angles. But you could, you could stick some on like a hydro flask or even mock them up by doing like, just a background removal and having it look like they are on a laptop, or just do some mock-ups to fill the rest of the space.
Take the sticky part off, get your camera ready, and stick it to your cat's forehead and take a picture real quick when they do the like.
the squish face.
Nah, you get messages of, you're abusing your animals.
By sticking a sticker on their head?
People are...
Bubbers, you're abused. Do you hear that?
He's so abused.
Super duper cute, though. Let's see. And you've got information about your products, which is great. You might also, just a little tip here, if you need some more ideas for filling out your photo slots, because filling out all 10 is a big pain in the butt. I would throw in one of these photos, branded exactly the same as you've got this one, but with your shipping times and information, just because most people aren't going to sit and click on this.
No.
And on mobile, it's even harder. You have to expand out multiple menus, and most people on Etsy are shopping on mobile. So it would be better to have it in your photos. That way they don't miss it, and it helps you to fill out your 10 photo slots. Let's see. You've got some good keywords in here. You've even got the ones for hydro flask, water bottle, tumbler, sticker, decal for drinkware. Looks good.
I love it. I have nothing negative to say.
No,
I have literally nothing negative to say.
I wish I had something negative to say, Christina, but I really don't. You've got super duper cute photos. As long as you're, making sure that your keyword optimization is good.
Yep.
I would say that your best bet, if for any reason you're struggling to get those sales, is get your butt on TikTok. You probably are already there, but right now I was doing a search. You can switch it back to us.
Time-lapse shots, you drawing out your artwork?
Well, last night, because I'm re-scripting Handmade Alpha Academy, and I was just doing a little bit of research into the handmade industry on TikTok to see, what type of TikToks they're posting. Stickers was probably the most dominant one that I saw, next to slime and tumblers. And for the stickers in particular, it was mainly just them doing the die cuts, actually cutting them out and packing them. There's one girl that I followed, and she's just order for blah, blah, blah. And then she just showed herself packing the order, and she had 100 TikToks of just order for blah, 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 and her stacking the stickers and then sticking them in an envelope. And that was it. That was the whole TikTok. And she had
moral of the story, don't think too hard about your TikToks.
Yeah, she had 300,000 followers or something ridiculous. So...
Yeah, and anything where you're making art from scratch, time lapse is also a thing that you can do. You can get yourself, they have rigs for regular cameras and cell phones. I just got an ad for one. I'll post it in the alpha group if I get another ad for it. But it's a desk mount one. It's a straight up pole, and it comes with a whole bunch, and it literally just sits over top. But it'll hold cinema sized cameras. It's very stable, so you can sit and do your thing. You can have your gyros and whatnot. I need more TikTok videos. Only you can make them.
That was the most unhelpful thing that you've ever said on stream.
Dad.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
It was a very dad thing. I had a buddy on Facebook post about his kids breaking something, and this is why I tell them not to throw things in the house. And I commented with the interchanging capital and lowercase. I was okay, Dad. Okay.
We should have had Taylor come down to look at that shop. She's home on spring break. Did you know that people don't know that we have a child?
Really?
Yeah.
We have a 10-year-old. We've had a kid for a long time.
10 years.
Over 10, yeah.
No, if we have a 10-year-old, then we've had a child for 10 years.
No, she is 10, so we've had her for 10 and some days.
10 and some days, okay.
Yeah. And technically, if you want to be technical about it, you had her almost a year in your belly, too. So we've had her for almost 11 years.
Almost a year in my belly. That's a long time to bake a kid.
Oh.
There you go.
Got it. Somebody's going to get offended that I did that.
The Brits don't get offended.
Don't they?
Nope. Tell them. You guys don't get offended. I love you guys. You don't get offended at all.
They started a war over some tea.
They don't get well.
I'll just leave their tea alone, I guess. Anyway.
As long as you don't talk about their tea.
How do I get my
fine.
shop critiqued? It's $500.
You're gonna tell them.
Here in a little bit, I'll have people repost their shops. That way, we can get more people in. But I'll tell you when we get to that point.
Yeah, we do them by random. We're just pulling random people out of the chat. Hey, but real quick before we do Anna's shop. By the way, I'm already loving it. Your photos are.
I don't have it on screen share anymore.
Oh,
you said before we do Anna's shop.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm scratching my nose.
Okay. Well,
I'm just gonna scratch my nose this whole video. No. Before we get into this, I was gonna say Mark and I are thinking about opening paid critiques only because everybody keeps asking for them,
and we don't have the actual free time to
do them all the time.
So
yeah, but we were thinking about doing them like you get like a full recorded, like nice edited video that you can like keep from us, where we do your critique one-on-one, like just
we
your
would
shop.
probably still do these here.
Yeah.
Or like once a month, once every other month shop critiques. But we have people ask us for shop critiques all the time.
Yeah.
So
Let
if
us
that's
know.
something you guys would be interested in, then let us know.
Yeah. All right. So Anna, really, really great photos, really great banner. It's very clean and minimalist, and it's very, your colors are very trendy right now. This tone right here, I don't even know what to call this color. It's like a terracotta color. This is a really trendy color right now.
So this person, Anna's my mom. She's a shop owner. My name is
Oh, okay.
Talisha. I have to use my mom's name because I'm a minor.
Oh, okay.
Got it. That's fine.
Yeah, that's awesome, though.
If you're running the shop.
That's awesome. Couple little quick things. First thing that I noticed, though, put your Instagram on this side.
You're over there.
Yeah, put your Instagram handle over on this side
Because it's getting covered by the favorite.
Yeah, I can't see what it is. So just scoot that over and maybe do the font in. You might be able to do it in white and it stand out a little bit better. But overall, your banner is so nice and clean. I will say that there isn't a lot of consistency here, other than I'm getting like this shape where you have the frame and the frame. Like there's a consistency with the shape, but the fonts aren't consistent. I would almost like to see this font here.
I will say that this very much fits like when you walk into one of those. What is that store at the Green called that we just went to? The very like kind of hipstery
like bougie but hippie chic type thing.
And I mean it nails that aesthetic 100%.
Yeah.
Like even the text and everything, it very much nails it. The like almost intentionally like slightly different color between the grays and
it's like cottagecore but not chaotic. Like,
yeah. It's chaotic neutral.
Yeah. You've got. Let's see. I think that you could probably get some better keywords in here. Cozy, stylish, and funky handmade accessories. Nobody's really searched because that's vague. If you could get some keywords related to what you're actually creating into this tagline, you might be able to, get some SEO brownie points. Because handmade pom-pom earrings, that would be keychains and crochet wear. Those are all things that you could just stick right here. Because these are good keywords. Nobody's really searching for cozy, stylish.
Katrina said anthropology. Is that the name of the store at the Green?
No, we don't have an anthropology. We're not bougie enough to have one. But we did in California.
Okay.
No, we live in Cornfield, Ohio.
Cornfield, Ohio.
Let's take a look. Let's see. It looks like you've got a mailing list. Ooh, interesting link. That's not one that I recognize. But it doesn't look like you're using MailChimp. But
no, there's a bunch of different services.
Yeah, but this is great.
Yeah, it looks good.
Photos are good. This photo here, I like the idea of the light shining through the trees, but it's taking away from the products. Mm-hmm. So all of these with these really harsh shadows. If I were you, I would try to more closely mimic what you've done with these photos. Simply because what you don't want with product photos is sharp shadows unless you are, intentionally styling them. like Night Moves, she does it. She does very geometric products, and she uses the shadows so they shine in a geometric way. But my eyes are going to the light spots in these photos rather than to the product.
And the products aren't. It doesn't necessarily matter that the products aren't centered, but it does to an extent. I like the aesthetic of having the like homemade photos. However, you need to have that kind of blend between home taken and professional.
Yeah, this photo is great.
Still very, like that one in particular is very good because it's very clear. The lighting's not too rough. You've got a couple little divots of light, but that's fine. It adds to the like natural aesthetic of it. But the rest of them seem they're still very amateur. And I know, seeing the first picture, I know you can do better.
Yeah, so just take these, like these photos here, move outside in the shade somewhere. That way, just so you don't have these really sharp shadows, like you don't see sharp shadows here. See how the shadows are kind of faded, and it just kind of makes your photos look a little bit more smooth.
Consistent.
And I would also make sure that your products are not being cut off on the perimeters. Because if I'm like in a search page and I see these pom-poms and these pom-poms, I'm more likely to click on these because I can see all of them, as opposed to the ones where I can't really see the full product. Your photos aren't bad. This is us being nitpicky.
Yeah, no, they're not bad by any stretch. They're very clear. I can tell what you're selling.
Oh, these are such good. That is such a good picture. You should ask your.
Said pictures need to be taken in shade early or later in the day with less heart light. Yeah, try not to take them like at noon.
Yeah.
Take them early in the morning, late in the afternoon, especially on cloudy days.
Oh,
cloudy days and direct light are my favorite.
You should ask your customers if you can use some of their photos for social media. Those are super cute. Let's see. It looks like you're using some varying photos, which is great. That's what I love to see. A lot of people will just reuse a listing photo. Now, see, you've got harsh shadows here, but for shop updates and social media,
that's fine. It's supposed to be something that isn't like edited and super crazy.
Yeah. Ooh, get some photos in your about section.
Yes, please.
Either,
she's not the owner of the shop, so she really probably can't. But.
Well, you and Mama take some pictures. Tell Mama the Starla said so. Tell her that your Etsy coach said so. Sit with her and think of some fun photos that you guys could do together, whether it be the workspace, just both of you maybe sitting with, I don't know, packing orders. You could just put some family photos in there if you really wanted to. People they like to connect with you. They want to connect with you as a person because they want to know more about who's behind this brand. So that's perfect. You've got a nice filled out about section. And it looks like you've got your FAQs and your policies filled out. So that's good.
Natural diffused light is best, aka cloudy days before a storm. Yeah, those are good. If it's too dark of a cloudy day, you can also, if you want to be super bougie about it, you can get a studio light and use that to fill from the side, and that'll kill any of the shadows. They work exceptionally well outside because they're bright.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
All right, let's take a little scroll through. This is a really nice photo, though. I love that you're using this wicker basket for your photos. It gives you a cohesive element, and it kind of fits your branding as well. Ooh, that's this is a beautiful photo. I love the styling with the candles, and what are these? They look like pine cones.
Like mache pine cones or something.
Got your care instructions.
Awesome. Why is our thing loading so slow?
It is loading really slow. It's very strange. That's on our end.
Very high quality pictures, though.
Yeah, your photos are really, really nice. Aw, see, these are the photos that I want to see in your about section.
I love it.
Happy faces. And then you've got your newsletter sign up. You could also, well, I guess that it's easier to say copy and paste from description. I will say that copying and pasting a link from the description is kind of hard for mobile, and it looks like your link is kind of long. Where was it? I would stick this sucker way up at the top so that they don't have to scroll for it. And if you want to shorten this so it's not so long, you can go to bit.ly It's bit.ly. You don't have to go to like .com. It's just bit.ly. And you can create a nice short link that you can use. That way, if you could also put it in here and say type into your browser, and that, is a way that people can do it. If they're on mobile, sometimes copying and pasting, depending on the device, it gets a little tricky. But overall, very, very nice. Oh, I guess I didn't look at the SEO. Adult ear muffs and ear warmers. Let's see. Twist turban headbands.
Timberland twist turban headband style boho crochet headband, ships in 1 to 3 days.
Get rid of ships in 1 to 3 days.
Yeah.
That's this is taking up keyword space here.
That's eBay stuff.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
You should put that in your listing photos, if anything. A couple little quick things. You don't really need to, you've got some words here that you don't need to repeat. You've got headband in here twice, unless you're trying to exact match for these terms. If you haven't already, I posted, you can go ahead and go to our face.
Yeah.
I posted 2 weeks ago, not last Monday, but the Monday before. Tuesday before? Tuesday.
All right, before you get into it, guys, if you want to go ahead and resubmit your shops, I'm not going to do them from the top section anymore because a lot of those people won't be here anymore. Go ahead and submit your shop. It's the part after the URL, etsy.com/shop/your-shop. Go ahead and resubmit that in the comment section down below, and we'll pick shops.
I was in the middle of something. That could have waited, dog.
No, because it takes them time.
Go to my videos, and in my past uploads, I think from last Tuesday, not last Tuesday, Tuesday before, I did a 12-minute Etsy SEO tutorial where, I mean, it's literally probably the best Etsy SEO tutorial I've ever recorded, but it's only 12 minutes long, and that'll teach you a little bit more about that broad matching versus exact matching. Now, if you were trying to get exact matches for those terms, though, totally fine, but that should help a little bit, just if you've never heard of those terms before. All right.
While they're still getting their shops in, I'm going to take a look just to see if we have anything important need talked about.
Anything important need talked? Oh, questions?
Yeah.
Well, we can answer some questions towards the end.
Yeah.
Well,
But these will all disappear. So I'm only on module 2, not implemented anything from HA. Critique might be useful if you get lucky.
HAA students, you got the critiques. That's why, like, everybody asks, is Handmade, will you critique my shop in Handmade Alpha Academy?
There's a very good chance if you finish it, you won't need it.
Yeah, I always say, like, if you get through the whole course and you decide that you need a critique, then I'll totally give you one. Please don't, like, flood my email with critique, because I do have to re-record the entire course for you before June. But not very many people have ever said after they get through the whole thing that they need something like that, just because you usually, once you get through the program, you know what you need to do.
And we have literally only had one person ever actually truly need help.
Yeah, after getting through the whole thing.
Should I just have pretend orders to package if I have none? Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Doesn't hurt. If you are going to record videos with shipping stuff, just make sure you're not showing people's addresses.
Yeah, of course. You could even just do one where if you've got a bunch of stickers printed out, just like one after the other, like do like a top-down shot, and then just like here's your table, and you're just like putting the stickers, stacking them, because you've got so many different designs. You could do like little stacks. Look at some other sticker shops. Go on TikTok and start exploring the other sticker shops, because there's so many of them. Just do like hashtag handmade stickers on TikTok, and you'll find them all.
TikTok's now doing the linking in the TikTok video to the product. I think it's still in beta though.
I looked for it last night when I was recording HAA because I wanted to include that, and I don't have it. I don't have the feature.
I would love a shop critique, but also an SEO critique. That's part of the shop critique. In mind that we're not going to do your SEO for you.
Well,
we'll give you tips kind of like what we do here, maybe on a more individual basis, but not for every single product, that kind of thing. Because you got to consider that makes us liable if your shop ends it, because SEO is kind of a guessing game. If your shop tanks, and it's because of result of advice.
Yeah, they're talking about if we do paid critiques. That's Joy said, what do you charge? We don't charge anything yet because we don't do paid critiques yet, but we're thinking about it. We'll probably have to price within like whatever the industry standard is.
We do have competitors of ours that do shop critiques.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll probably be somewhere around what they charge, just depending on what they do.
Yeah, that's how we do everything. We just go with industry standards, and that's what we tell you guys to do.
Yeah, always go with industry standards.
Top 10% of your market.
It's our time. Like, literally, from the time we get up until bed right now, it's all HAA stuff. Like, she's completely re-scripting. It hasn't even started the actual recording process yet, because scripting, it's 19 some odd hours of content originally. And then I have to completely rebuild the website from scratch, from the bottom up. Every web page has to be different. So... yeah.
I worked until midnight last night, which I try not to do, but that's just how it's been the last few nights. All right, what do we got?
Yep, I'm gonna look away from it and pick something here.
All right.
I feel like we've done a lot of these shops before.
I don't think we've done this one. I know the person. I recognize the person, but I don't think we've done the shop before. Never fails, right? When we start live streaming, my nose itches and I start getting a runny nose. And it only happens when we live stream. I think it's the studio lights shining on me. I think that it like...
I'm pretty much blind for like an hour after we stream.
All right.
All right, let's, and I will go get you some tissues.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
There you go, darling. You may go ahead and start.
Thank you. All right, Trudy. We have not done Trudy's shop before.
That is empty.
This is empty. I need maybe just like a roll of toilet paper is fine if you can't find actual tissues. I might have used them all. It's allergy season. All right. So first thing that your branding is very clean. Your banner is short. And normally I don't like short banners. I like the full-size banner that actually like comes all the way down. But because you're just going with the clean black and white banner, it's not as big a deal to me. I think that it actually looks pretty good. It's just so simple. But if black and white is your branding colors, then I think it's okay. I think it works. I will say that it's a little bit blurry. It's not super duper crisp. You could totally crisp this up a little bit, but it's really not that noticeable. And it might just be because Marc's monitor is super duper crisp. Let's see. Quality custom, antique, and vintage housewares clothing. Listen to how that reads. Quality custom, antique and vintage housewares clothing. Did that make sense? It did make no sense. I would try to get your keywords in here, but make it readable for a person, because as of right now, this isn't a sentence. It doesn't make a lot of sense. You can still get good keywords in there while making it readable. So I would try to do that. Let's see. Original designs are now found at Trudy Style. Vintage home decor, housewares, patterns, fabric, and more. Stop by and shop. It's ever-changing collection. So, wait a minute. Is Trudy Style a new shop? So you've got this shop and a new shop? I wouldn't talk about a different shop. If I'm here to shop at your current shop.
Yeah, I wouldn't at least not put it here. You can put it down below.
Yeah. I would try to put something else, because I'm here for this shop, so I'm put off if I'm like, oh, I'm here for this shop, but you're trying to send me to a different shop, but there's also no link to that shop, so I would just have to like already know how to find this shop. So I think you could probably word this and make people feel like, imagine that you have a brick and mortar and they've walked into your brick and mortar. How are you going to greet them? Are you going to greet them by saying, hi, I have another shop down the road, right when they walk in? Probably not. You're going to say, hi, welcome to my shop. We're doing this today. I've got these products. We're running this sale.
And after they're checking out, you're like, oh, and make sure you go check out. We've got another store down the road. They've got some pretty cool things that you might like if you like these.
Exactly. On the way out type things.
That's something you could put in like slips in your like shipping, like your products.
Looks like you do mostly vintage. I would say get some more features up here. You can do 4 featured items, so toss in a few more featured. If you go into your active listings within your listing dashboard on the back end, just go through and click the little stars, and it'll add these into your featured. Because one by itself, it looks weird seeing one floating here. I'm sure that you've got a couple other products that you like or that sell decent that you could stick up here as well. I would love to see you choose one of these backgrounds and then use that for everything, whether it's the solid white or the gradient blue.
However, with the solid white, you got to be careful missing there's a bunch of shadows and stuff that you've missed there.
Yeah. You can see right here, here, and here. And here.
Yeah, where you've cut out the background. You've done a good job actually like surrounding the product, but you've left a lot of bigger shadows in.
Yeah, so I would choose what you want your background to be, whether it be the blue, the white. There was one that was, now it's going to give me the all items.
Yeah, because you want...
Can I click back?
No.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Yeah, I would just choose one background. I'll be honest, out of all these photos, the white backgrounds are actually my favorite for the vintage. I think that the whites are the best. But if you can go in, just like this one, it needs to be brightened a little bit more on these corners. And make sure that the brightness on your monitor when you're editing your photos is up all the way. Because
not all the way. Good Lord, not all the way.
Not all the way.
Enough.
Enough. You need to make sure that the brightness is up enough, because it might be one of the issues where when you're editing it, you don't even see it. But if you turn up
it could just be the quality of the monitor. A lot of people don't understand that makes a difference.
It's really old, but on my channel, I plan to redo it. On my channel, I have got my iPicky training series where I teach you how to whiten backgrounds if you want to do the purely white background aesthetic. I think that for vintage items, because it's a very specific type of thing, white backgrounds are perfect for that. You might want to go check that out if you haven't watched it already. Even on this one, I know that because this is a gold product, you probably did the black background to make it stand out.
It's not entirely necessary.
No, in this photo, it sticks out in a not good way. So I would try to stick to the white backgrounds. Also, you've got your watermark on this one, and it's not on any of the others.
I didn't see them on my backgrounds.
Yeah.
Or on her monitor. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit hard.
That's why I said crank up your monitor brightness a little bit and try to achieve that solid white if that's the background that you like the most. I would say that, if you want to do the blue, you totally can, but do it all or nothing. Like pick one background and stick to it, especially for vintage in particular. Let's see. All right, let's take a scroll down. Ooh, that's a pretty photo. A couple of these photos are kind of, you could like take a step back so I can see more of the picture. It looks like some of the most important. Oh, it looks like the plate itself is what you're trying to showcase. Lots of product photos in here, but this is the about section where I'm trying to find out more about you, and all I'm seeing are more items. I wouldn't use this as a way to
advertise.
Yeah, or even show off more things. I would use this as an opportunity to show off you or your lifestyle and how you connect to what you're selling. So this photo, when I see this, this makes sense to me because it's got some vintage product. And it's got there's an actual scene going on. It's very interesting to look at. But some of these just look like more product photos. So I would get some photos of yourself, or if you don't want yourself, that's fine. If you've got, some nice lifestyle scenes that you can fit in like this, if
you're doing vintage, I'm assuming you're going and getting the items places. You can always do lifestyle photos of like you trying to find nice items.
Yeah.
Then again, I wouldn't necessarily advertise that you're getting these from other places and then reselling them. People could be a turnoff, I guess.
I mean, that's kind of what vintage is, obviously.
I mean, almost 1,000 sales for vintage. That's already pretty good.
Yeah. All right, let's take...
Even better than a lot.
This is the photo. Of all your photos, this one stands out to me the most. This is the best edited photo that I've seen so far. I would love for you to get more photos in here, though. I still have questions. I can see what the things that you've shown me with these photos, but I want to know what the insides of these look like. I want to know
especially for something like vintage where somebody's probably buying this either to display or potentially use.
I want to know how big they are. I can't tell how big they are from these photos. I want to know how long, let's see, vintage from the 1940s. Stick that in a photo. I want any information that you can tell me. Most people aren't going to read this. They are going to scroll through the photos. Okay, I'm going to buy it. So if it's bigger than what they expected, smaller than what they expected, if it doesn't come in the amount of time that they expect, then they might get upset. So I would just make sure that you're filling out everything that you can.
She said when I listed that one, they were limited to 5 photos. That's fine.
Yeah,
we get that.
But it's been 7 years since we were limited to 5 photos. I looked it up. It's been 7. It's been 7 years. So it's been a while. You can get some. I would get some more photos in there, even if they're not of the product.
Yeah.
You could get some. Just the info cards that have like your branding on them that say, how it ships, when it ships, some facts about it. If you know anything about the products, you can usually find like serial numbers and things on older products and learn a little bit more about them. Let's see. Shabby International Silver Dark Chamomile Tea Service 3-piece. Oh, Camille.
Not chamomile.
Chamomile.
Chamomile tea service.
Do you know how far away this monitor is from my blind eyes?
The correct distance away for a monitor.
3-piece set, monogram K. There's nothing. The thing is, I feel like people would also be searching just for vintage tea set, vintage teaware, vintage. There's nothing.
Yeah, you've got the specifics about the product, but you don't have anything like industry standard, if that makes sense. Like, what category does this thing fall into? Is there a specific name for the type of tea set? Like, oh, I want, because you have silver dark, like this is it's silver coated copper, so vintage silver, vintage copper.
Yeah. Have you done like keyword research to see if anyone is searching for these words for international silver dark? It just doesn't seem like things. I mean, I might be completely wrong. This might be what everybody's searching, but
yeah, like we don't sell in vintage, so
yeah,
of course, grain of salt with all these things.
Let me pop open one that seems like a little newer. These are really nice photos. Again, you could get a couple more in there, but there's a lot more keywords that you could get in this title, because so your keywords are the road signs that are leading people to your shop. Without those road signs, they're just kind of walking around a cornfield, not sure where to go. So the more keywords that you can get that are applicable to your target audience, the better. So yeah, there are probably some really, really, savvy teacup buyers who know to search for the brand name of this particular teacup, but most people are probably just going to search vintage teacup and saucer, maybe even by material if it's like china, vintage, ceramic teacup and saucer. You want to make sure that you're putting even the year, the 1960s teacup and saucer. I would go watch my 12-minute Etsy SEO video that I posted 2 weeks ago. That one, it is a full 12-minute tutorial on exactly how I do keyword research with erank.com, and that should help you a ton with trying to find some really strong keywords, because you're making quite a few sales.
Yeah, again, 1,000 sales on a vintage shop. I don't know what all you've sold, but that's pretty good.
But look at the keywords on some of the things that are selling. Sterling silver candle holder set.
Yeah. Betty Boop.
Betty Boop. Let's see.
It's vintage.
Silver.
Don't freak out, y'all.
Yeah, vintage. Vintage is fine. For
you didn't make the product. You're not stealing anything.
Exactly. Let's see. Serving. You could silver plate serving dish. I'm seeing lots of good broad matches here. Teddy bear Christmas ornament. But when I'm looking at some of these, the keywords, I'm not finding a good combination that makes sense when put together. So keywords for
Keyword
sure.
optimized. She did say I really need to work on my SEO. She hasn't done it. Yeah, that's if there was one thing that I would say that's your biggest thing, for one, I would do a little bit more with the banner. For two, I would work on your SEO.
Yeah.
And also grammar and spelling was another thing. There were a couple listings that we were looking at. Which one was it? Was it this one? No, it was the blue cup. With little, maybe we could do a video on Grammarly, a wonderful detained. I'm assuming you meant to say detailed cup and saucer, things like that. And then like silver, where was it? You had silver plate as one word, which and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's supposed to be one word, but I would just little things.
And I mean, maybe it is a detained cup. Maybe
could
that's
be.
the type
I could
of
be
cup.
wrong. If I'm an idiot, please tell me I'm an idiot.
Is it because
I will say sorry.
Is it detained because it doesn't move in the, like, the saucer has the imprint where the mug won't scoot around in it?
She said detailed.
Detailed. Okay.
Could be. Yeah, it's just little things. It's not things that are going to hurt you in the long run, but you never know. There are people that are sticklers.
Okay, so here's...
You know what I mean?
I'm really bad about, like, you guys probably noticed that a couple years ago, especially when I'm just really loaded with work, when I send out, like, for example, the Friday Bean email, every once in a while I'll get an email back from someone who's like, you spelled this wrong, you spelled that word wrong. Hey, I'm a bit of a grammar aficionado, and I noticed that you spelled this wrong in your email. And, like, I get, when I send an email out to, like, several
30,000 people,
right? And then there's that one person yelling at me because I spelled a word wrong because it was like midnight when I scheduled the email. It's just like, but what I did was I went and I got the Grammarly browser extension. It's free, and anytime you type anything online, it will point out where you've missed punctuation, if you have spelled something wrong,
if your grammar's crappy,
if you've used a word in the wrong context. For example, detained, even though you've spelled it right, a spell checker is only going to tell you if you've spelled something wrong.
But it's not going to be contextually accurate.
Exactly. Grammarly will tell you if you've used something that doesn't make sense in context, or if you've written a sentence where the sentence doesn't make sense, it'll point that out to you as well. So I recommend it. I have to use it because my brain just works super fast, and sometimes I miss things. But Grammarly, it's free. They do have a paid membership. I don't use the paid one. But it just, like I said, it's a browser extension.
All right, we'll go through and bang out one more shop real quick, get to a couple of questions, and then we will be done for the day.
All right.
Let me bring this over here so it's easier for me to do. And let me look away, and then...
Well, before we show off because everybody leaves right when we show who the last shop is, so I'll get my news out of the way. But I know how you guys are. You don't get to know who we pick.
Believe it or not, everything that we say for these other shops is likely applicable to the rest of you as well. So
absolutely.
I would stick around, and then you can ask questions.
Yeah, you can ask us questions afterwards. So a couple little quick things though before we do this shop. I'm working on a bunch of SEO videos. I know that SEO is probably the hardest thing that you guys have to kind of overcome when it comes to getting more traffic to your Etsy shops. I did a 12-minute Etsy SEO tutorial that I highly recommend that you watch if you need any help. It is right now the best Etsy SEO video that I've ever made for free, other than what's in Handmade Alpha Academy. So make sure that you go check that out. I did a video this last Tuesday on long tail keywords, which it goes hand in hand with that Etsy SEO tutorial. So I recommend watching that one as well. If you guys want to get my free swipe files, which will help you to get more 5-star reviews that help you rank higher in Etsy search. Etsy loves to see when you've made sales and get positive reviews. You can go to alphasugar.com to learn more about those. It's also linked down below, so be sure to check that out. And lastly, Handmade Alpha Academy is opening June 14th. So if you want Mark and I to coach you, there is a waiting list link. I actually made sure it's in there this week.
Thank you.
Waiting list link is down below in the video description. You can click on that, get on the waiting list. It doesn't obligate you to buy the program, but it ensures that you get our big community member discount. And that page has a lot of extra details about the program. I went in, there was a bunch of typos on the page that I didn't know about.
Everybody makes mistakes. I mean, even we were talking about the little issues and little mistakes here and there. Even our last calendars email that we sent out, the first batch of them said 2021 instead of 2022.
Yep.
People make mistakes, especially when you're like, you have a bunch of listings that you're trying to do all at the same time and different descriptions for we get it. We've been there. We're still there, just in a different way.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Oh, here we are.
Ashley, you are the winner, Ashley. Okay, so first thing, love your banner. I can immediately tell what your branding colors are. I love also that your actual photo of yourself is black and white because it fits the aesthetic of the branding colors that you have. I cannot read what this says. I know that it's your logo, and I can look here and see that. But on
competing colors.
On mobile, they're only going to see this. I can't see this. There's too many things.
I'd have to see it on mobile. That might be okay on mobile, but on desktop, I can't tell what it says.
I would do either. I would just fade out the knit in the background, like fade it so there's like a little bit of white there, just kind of making it look a little hazy. It'll make the text stand out. I do that a lot with my marketing photos. If I've got like a really great photo, but you just can't see the text no matter where I put it, I'll just fade the photo out a little bit and
fade the photo.
It helps. Let's see. Handmade for home and family, crochet, knit, and sewing. There's some okay keywords in here. I think you could be a little bit more specific and get some better keywords in here though. But once again, this area, it's small brownie points for your SEO, but nothing crazy. Let's see.
You
got your mailing list link right here. You could totally find yourself a little bright colored emoji to stick in here just to draw the eye. It would be fun if you could find one in this kind of blue color. I think there is a couple emojis in teal that you could stick in there. Let's see. I'm very confused, Ashley, because you said that it's crochet, knit, and sewing,
and the first thing we see are stickers.
Yeah, and a notebook. I'm not sure what your brand is about anymore. I thought I knew, and now I don't know. I think you should narrow down. And maybe if you're only selling stickers, maybe narrowing down means
switching to stickers
or having a separate sticker shop, or just kind of finding what makes you could switch from this being a crochet, knit, and sewing shop to choosing a lifestyle. Maybe it's, I don't know, I'm seeing like lots of farm things and plaid. You could do like farm girl, handmade farm girl aesthetics. You could find a way to make it make sense, but right when I scrolled down and saw stickers,
I immediately lost me on what you actually sell.
Yeah, it stopped making sense to me. So finding a way to make it make sense. It doesn't mean that you have to get rid of stickers, and it doesn't mean that you have to get rid of the sewing and knit products, but you put a lot of energy into making me believe that you were a crochet shop, and then stickers.
And I get it. More than likely what you're trying to do there is show people like, hey, you want a little thing that you can throw in with your order. Here's like $3. You can give this to somebody, blah, blah, blah. I get it, but it throws away from the actual brand aesthetic. You're not a like off the side of the road shop that sells everything. You're an Etsy shop. So trying to stick to one specific theme or one type of product is usually the best way to go.
So I would like change the branding. That would be the easier thing to do. I'm just getting kind of like farm, like, the farm girl sitting in the flowers, reading a book, got my headband, my hair pulled up. It's nothing is actually directly connecting to that farm girl aesthetic. But if you were to put all these things together with, I don't know, some cohesive branding, and you changed your branding up here a bit to fit that aesthetic, it would make a lot more sense. I'm also noticing that you've got a lot of this teal color, and then down here I'm only seeing green.
She said I started those super late in the game. I also have a digital design shop. Maybe I should put the stickers, or maybe the stickers should go there.
Yeah, I would say that it would make more sense, or like I said, I would say either rebrand and embrace that kind of,
outdoorsy girly lifestyle.
Yeah, the outdoorsy life, or...
But I mean, it's not all just that. If you scroll down a little bit more, I mean, she's got the like the morning person thing, a mom sticker, like it's not just that. It's unorganized is what it comes off as.
Yeah, I'm not I just don't know what
handmade lifestyle. It's none of it is cohesive is the main issue.
Yeah, I just don't. If I went to your shop and someone said, "What's Ashley's shop about?" I wouldn't have any.
No.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. And that's, you want to stand out, right? You don't want to be a shop that has everything. When you try to be the master of everything, you ultimately become the master of nothing. So I would just make sure that you're narrowing down. That way people know what you're all about. And it makes it marketing easier too, because then you can find a target customer. Like who is your target customer right now? Because if it's moms,
yeah,
it's too
like hardworking moms is what it kind of seems like, being able to pull your hair back and do your thing.
Yeah. But overall, the products themselves are great, and your photos are great, and everything is great, just not together. So if you have a design shop, I would put the designs in the design shop. If you've already got it, I usually don't recommend people start another shop, because double shop doesn't mean double money. Double shop means double work. It means only 50%, focus per each shop, because you have to divide it in half. It's very hard. I couldn't do it. But if you've already got the other shop, it might make more sense for you. And look at what's selling too. I'm not seeing any stickers down here. It's all the headbands, and it's mainly like the neutral dish. It looks like dishcloths are really what you sell. You've got a couple of the headbands, but it's mostly the dishcloths. So start thinking about the type of people who are buying the dishcloths and what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah, you know what you're selling.
I've just narrowed down your target market. You're looking. It's people who want,
Seems to be the crochet stuff.
Yeah, washable dishcloths. They're trying to reduce kitchen waste, and they're looking for eco-friendly solutions. So there's your winner. Really cute photos, though. I love that you've branded these with the blue. I'd like to see more of this blue kind of in some of your photos. If I like that you use the glass head, because it has that blue look to it and it fits your teal.
Yeah.
If you could get that teal like incorporated in, even if it's just like a little flower prop that you have kind of off to the side. And this is what I love for the about section photos. It's a photo of you. Looks like you're crocheting. You've got yarn, some products like work in progress. I would take out the ones where it's just showing the product the same as you would in the thumbnail. Get more behind the scenes, like the sewing machine and things. But this photo is great. I love seeing the yarn, seeing the products just kind of stacked up. This looks like a work in progress. This is the only one that really stands out to me, like in a non-cohesive way. You've got your about section filled out. That's perfect. Etsy, by the way.
Facebook group, Instagram, and
Pinterest?
mailing list again.
Oh, okay. Cool. And
is that your mailing list, or just sending people to your website to make a purchase? Because you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, Etsy doesn't like us to put our actual websites.
To join the email list. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You're good.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and click on a product that...
Do it.
Let's see. It looks like this one. I saw it in the reviews, so obviously...
Definitely catches my eye.
Yeah, this one's obviously selling. Lots of photos, though. That is perfect.
Every angle, so you can see exactly what it's going to look like on your head. Different ways that you can wear it.
That's great.
I find the reflective heads a little distracting. Doesn't bother me any.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's good. It's good feedback for her to know that some people might find
it's better than trying to find a model to sit and put this thing on in all those different ways and pose in all the different ways and lighting with an actual person versus just a small object you can sit somewhere.
Yeah.
I like it.
And this is cute too. This is cute. All right. Let's see.
Women's convertible stretchy headband, turban, slouchy hat, cowl, red and black buffalo plaid check. One size fits most. I know you don't like that, but that's in a lot of listings and it works for a lot of people. So
yeah, not bad at all. And you don't have a bunch of repeat keywords in here, so you could get you'll exact match for women's convertible stretchy headband or stretchy headband, but you'll also broad match for stretchy turban, stretchy
one size fits most. than any of those terms.
One size fits most stretchy hat you'll broad match for. Etsy's going to put these in every single combination.
She said it just forwards to her link tree. She doesn't have her own website. Yeah, that's what most people do anymore.
Yeah, that's perfect then.
I love Linktree.
All right, guys, feel free to get your questions into the chat if you have any questions for us. I think that we're done with shop, so we'll hang out for the next few minutes.
Yeah, go ahead and get questions in. It is 1:10. Yeah, 1:10, so maybe 20 minutes we'll answer questions and then I'm going to leave that up there.
Yeah, feel free to let us know if you had any questions about the things that we've covered today. If you have any SEO questions, since we've been hitting that really hard, happy to answer those. I will say that in my Instagram stories, which, by the way, every week I've been posting on Thursdays in my stories asking for suggestions for episodes of the Friday Bean. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Handmade Alphas. Can you type that in?
No.
Yes. At Handmade Alphas on Instagram. That's where I've been doing a majority of my content sharing. I've been giving a lot of tips over there. A lot of you follow my personal account, but the Alpha account is newer. So make sure that you follow that one for Alpha specific stuff. But we had a lot of suggestions for topics this week on that post. And the problem, I don't want you guys to think that we've ignored you or that we've ignored your requests, because we get a lot of requests every week. But some of the requests that you guys have given us are things that I can answer in 2 seconds, and we can't do an hour Q&A. We had somebody who said product pricing, price in the top 10% of your industry. And that's
that's literally the question I have highlighted right now.
Oh, yeah.
Regarding the top 10% of the market that's in your specific markets of the market, is that in your specific market segment or overall segment? Example, all jewelry or specific jewelry segment like gold filled or sterling silver.
Specific jewelry, because
direct competitors.
Yeah, so
basically,
if I had a yellow number 2 pencil, I could not align its price with a, I don't know, Tiffany & Co. sterling silver pencil, because Tiffany & Co. does stupid stuff like that. I couldn't align my price with Tiffany & Co. because it's not the same thing. So I wouldn't do jewelry. I would make sure that you're aligning with the specific type. And the eRank keyword tool, if you type in some keywords related to exactly what you're selling, the keyword tool towards the bottom will show you common price points for that type of product. So erank.com is linked down below. You guys can join for free. You get, you don't get as many keyword lookups with the free membership, but you've got enough to do some research. So use the keyword tool, scroll down all the way to the bottom, and find common price points for types of products like what you're trying to sell.
Yeah, do that. If your competition is underpriced by a lot, can you be the higher priced, pay yourself, and make a profit? Top 10% is less than half of what they should get in my niche.
If you know that some of the products are not handmade and you know that they're not paying themselves enough, never compete in pricing. Always compete in quality and in branding. In most cases, what we see when handmade sellers increase their prices is that their sales actually go up, because customers on Etsy aren't searching for the cheapest thing. Yeah, there is a demographic of people who search for the cheapest thing, but in most cases, because it's a handmade marketplace, it doesn't work the same as Amazon or eBay or any of the resale websites. People on Etsy are looking for the highest quality thing made by hand, and they don't necessarily want that cheap thing that obviously was not handmade and was just bought on Alibaba and resold. So usually what we see when a seller increases their prices and goes over the competition is that they end up making more sales, and your sales are worth more because you're making more money per sale. And like we always say, it's easier to make one $100 sale than it is to make 100 $1 sales. So you're going to be working less and making more money per sale. So even if you're not making as many sales, it's going to equal out, if that makes sense.
So, and I'm doing this for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
Rob said, I have a Samsung phone that I've attempted to use for video. Every time I download a video to Etsy, it's upload when you put something up. The resolution is never high enough. Solutions or ideas? Well, all Samsung phones work pretty much the same. I don't know if you're going to be able to... Nope, it's not going to focus. So at the very top, when you have your thing set to video, you have a bunch of different settings. It depends on what you're trying to upload. I don't know specifically what resolution it asks for. 9:16 is a standard aspect ratio. Is Etsy a perfect square?
No, it's
for the
9.
videos?
It's 9:16.
Is it 9:16? So just
Yes.
make sure that it's set to 9:16. For the settings, it's usually not labeled exactly what it is. HD is 1280 by 720. FHD is 1920 by 1080. It'll probably have FHD 30, FHD 60. That's 30 and 60 FPS. 30 is fine. UHD is 4K, so 3840 by 2160, and then 8K is 8K,
You can
which
probably
you don't need to
turn it
do.
around from where you're at and just show them
They
where
won't be able to see it. It'll be this big.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go up there and zoom my camera in. So it just depends. I would make sure. I mean, honestly, HD 720p 1280 by 720. That's probably more than enough for Etsy, because you got to consider most people are looking on their mobile phones, and it'll be like this big. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. But yeah, you just have to mess around with your phone settings until you find what works. Make yourself a test listing, record a couple of videos with a couple of different settings, and once you find the one that works, you found the one that works. And then you can go make a real listing with it. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Do y'all recommend making duplicates of items to A/B test titles and or / main image?
Yeah, absolutely. You can totally A/B split test within your shop. Just make sure that you're not just creating the same item over and over again to try
For the sake of trying to sell it more.
Yeah, and
that's against their terms.
And you can't do it in 2 separate shops. So if you have 2 shops, you can't split items between those 2 shops. But in one shop, just to test a photo or keywords, yeah, totally.
Yeah, why not? My biggest darn issue is picking a niche. I think this is why my store suffers. I can do printed yard signs, banner stickers, but I can also do shirts, cozies, mugs, keychains. It doesn't seem to have...
For example,
sorry, my brain just totally went off there. Shirts for mom, shirts for dogs, political garb, funny quotes, etc. Would you recommend setting up separate shops?
I don't recommend setting up separate shops, because just because you want to do it, you have to think like a business owner. I restore vintage taxidermy. I could totally sell my restored vintage taxidermy. I don't do that. I like to paint. You guys never see what I paint because I don't show you guys.
Because it's sexy painting.
I can... It's not sexy painting. I can, there are a million things that I can do because I like to do it. Doesn't mean I gotta sell it. It doesn't mean that I need to make an Etsy shop for it just because I can do it. I can do anything, but I don't need to sell everything that I do. When you narrow down on one specific type of thing, you are laser focused. So imagine that you're holding a flashlight against the wall. It's big. It's going to fill the space, but it's not going to be very bright. Now imagine that you're holding one of those little laser pointer pens and shining it at the wall. Yes, it's smaller, but it's so bright and precise and crisp. That's how you should be thinking when it comes to your marketing and to the products that you're creating. Because when you laser focus in on that niche, you're going to have a brighter overall theme that is going to actually call to your target audience, rather than just creating something that's so broad that you can't be known for anything in particular. There is a reason why when I say, Walmart versus Pottery Barn, you know the difference immediately. Walmart has everything. Pottery Barn is more specific. There's a reason why if I talked about the target audiences of, we'll say like K jewelers versus the jewelry at, Claire's at the mall, you know what the difference is and you know who the target markets are. The problem is when someone goes into their shop and they look around and they're like, I don't know if this is for me or not, because they can't identify who your target audience is. Therefore, they don't feel strongly about your brand. It's all about creating that impression. So just because you can make it doesn't mean you should. Look at what you've got already and what's selling and what you're passionate about. For example, it doesn't matter if you only sell mugs in your shop, but you absolutely hate making mugs. Ditch the mugs. You also have to like
the mugs.
You also have to like what you're doing.
You either need to have a cohesive product or a cohesive theme.
Yeah.
One or the other. Oh, and Rob said 720 by 720. That means that you're in 1:1 aspect ratio. It'll be like 1:1, 1x1, or a bracket with 1/1 in it. You need to be 9:16, 9:16, 9x16, 9/16.
Yeah, because your videos in Etsy aren't squares.
It's what you're talking about. What I'm talking about is called aspect ratio. It's the actual shape of the screen, and what yours is, if it's 720 by 720, those are the same, so it's a perfect square. It's 720 by 720, where yours needs to be
the size of a phone screen,
1280 by 720, or 1920 by whatever, 1080p. One or the other. Let's see, y'all. Sorry, I get nerded out here.
My dorky.
How do you get the UPC code for your mailing list? Oh, because she's got a
okay.
UPC code, she answered. I have good SEO, but no views. Why?
Well, then how do you know your SEO is good? If you've got good SEO but no views, then your SEO probably isn't as good as you think it is.
Yeah, either the SEO and your marketing aren't particularly working. Maybe it's new. Maybe you have a product that's so niche that no one's searching for it, but I doubt that's true.
Or your thumbnail photos aren't good. Even if you are the first page of, search results and you're above all your competitors, if you have the worst photo on the page, no one's going to click on it. So if you know for a fact that your SEO isn't the problem, your photos might be the thing that is the issue. But if you're not getting any views, it's likely that your SEO isn't that good. If you're, what are you using to gauge that my SEO is good? Is it because you have like a A grade on eRank? If that's the case, that doesn't mean that your SEO is good. That just means that you're following Etsy's best practices. Are you showing that you're ranking on page 1 in the rank checker? If so, that doesn't mean that your SEO is good. That just means that you're ranking for whatever term that you want, that you've told eRank you want to rank for. But if no one's searching for that term, it doesn't matter. If I, listed this mug as a floop-de-doop-de-dee-da mug on Etsy, and then I went to the rank checker and typed in floop-de-doop-de-dee-da mug, I probably would be ranking on page 1 for it. And my SEO would technically be good, but no one's searching for floop-de-doop-de-dee-da mug, so it wouldn't matter. So just feel free to get more specific in the comments. We're happy to help. Just usually anytime someone says, I've done everything that I can do, I immediately assume that they haven't.
Yeah.
But we're happy to help. Just feel free to be more specific.
What should the banner be like?
What?
What should a banner be like? Because we said that someone needs to improve their banner. The last one was literally just text.
Crisp.
Crisp, clear, theme-fitting, branded.
You can get onto canva.com, and when you pull it open, right when you open up Canva, there's a search bar. And if you type in Etsy Shop banner, it will populate up a list of different banner templates. You can make really good banners there. You just need to make sure that you upsize them, because if you save them directly from Canva at the current size that they give you, it won't be the right size. It'll be a little bit blurry. You'll have this little slider where you can drag it up a size. You need to do that in order for it to be nice and crisp. But cohesive, branded. I need to know what atmosphere you're trying to create right when I enter your shop. Within 7 seconds, I should know how to feel about your business. That's the 7 seconds rule of business. You want to make sure that someone knows exactly how to feel and what you're all about within those 7 seconds, because that's usually all you get before they're like, I don't want to be here, and they click off your shop.
Do you have any ideas for TikTok videos for people that have a print-on-demand model? Yep. If you're designing the art yourself, if you have a unique process, you could do something with yourself drawing the art. You could always buy samples of your print-on-demand products, model them, do goofy things in them.
Placeit.com. You can get little videos of if you do printed t-shirts with Placeit, you can get videos of, you just upload your design, choose the shirt color, and then you'll get models dancing in your shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's really cool. You do have to pay for it. I think they have some free stuff, but it's not very good. but it's worth it if that's like your whole business model. I would say that that's like an essential thing that you need.
Ashley said, I think the slider is only on Canva Pro.
Really? I thought that you could bump it up by like one size with the free Canva. I thought that you could at least bump it up by one size. You can't bump it all the way over, but I thought you could do it at least enough so that it's clear for Etsy.
There are so many title words I can use. I sell tea. So is it okay to use words that relate to specific flavor, like fruity or earthy?
Yeah.
Why not?
The question more is that you should be checking erank.com, because we don't know the data for that. Like, we don't know how many people are searching for those things. So I would hop into eRank and see if anyone's searching for fruity tea, earthy tea. If not, just type in tea into the keyword tool and then scroll down and
see what common terms there are.
Yeah, eRank will suggest things related to what you've typed in, and eRank will give you suggestions kind of based on what you've given. So if you type in tea, eRank will tell you a bunch of other things related to tea that people are searching for.
What would be a good number of views? Only getting 20 to 40 a day. So are you talking about like on your shop?
Yeah.
No,
it's completely subjective. There's no good number of views, unfortunately.
Depends on what the size of the audience is, what your marketing's like. I mean, there's a million variables there.
Yeah, there's no good number of views. If you're not getting any views, then obviously that's not a good number of views. None is not good. If you just opened a shop and you get your first 5, then 5 is good for you. I would say that a good number of views is better than yesterday. And also keeping in mind that we're going into spring and summer. We just had somebody ask us, do you think that sales have slowed down? Yeah, it's spring. They always slow down right now.
Literally always.
Spring to summer, sales slow down. Oh, but they didn't in 2020. Yeah, because it was a pandemic and everybody was panic buying and stuck at home and they were shopping more.
2020 was Etsy's record best year. And it's only gone up from there.
Yeah, it was an anomaly. It's not the norm. And now we've returned to the norm. So
and all the people that started shops around 2019, 2020 are like, everything's slowing down and it's the big suck now. And it's not.
It's normal now.
That it was an abnormal couple of years.
Yeah.
And it's finally starting to kind of slow down and people are suffering from it.
Yep, we're getting back to normal.
I have found if something does not sell, I raise my price. It sells perceived value.
It does.
As long as your product represents the value in which you're charging for it, because I've definitely seen some things where people will charge in the like upper echelon of their product range, and it just looks awful. Mm-hmm. So just make sure you're being honest with your pricing.
That's like when you go to Tiffany & Co.'s website and you see that they have that $600 paper clip, and you know no one's buying it, but you know that they just have it listed as a power move. Like I can guarantee that they've only sold like a handful of those paper clips, and probably to like millionaires who just want to say that they bought the Tiffany & Co. paper clip. Nobody is passionate about the Tiffany & Co. $600.
No, they're passionate about Tiffany & Co.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
I thought I understood after the SEO video you made, but my brain did a dumb, and now I'm mixed up. My art is goth eldritch style. I've been using those words, but is there more I should use? Depends on the product specifically.
Are people searching for that?
What is the product? Who's searching for it? What lifestyles do they lead? It's more than just the product itself.
Yeah. Are people searching for that? Mm-hmm. Or is that combination of keywords something that people are searching for? Should you have more than that than goth eldritch style in your title? Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Because I don't know what you sell. So you got to tell Etsy what you sell. But yeah.
Alma had said, what about for iPhone? Well, I don't use iPhone. However, I will say that resolutions still should be relatively the same. I know that Apple, I don't know if their phones do the same thing. I know they like to use goofy resolutions for everything instead of conforming to the industry standards like literally everyone else. So don't use 2.5K or 5K or whatever, like the 1338 by 722. Don't use those. Use industry standards. HD is 1280 by 720. FHD is 1920 by 1080. There's 2K, which is 1440p-ish. There's 4K, which is 3840 by 2160. And then there's 8K, which you shouldn't ever have to worry about. Don't use weird resolutions, even though Apple wants to make them the standard. Retina display. I hate Apple, guys, sorry. Since I'm the only seller making my products with the fibers I use, pricing has been a PETA.
Pain in the ass.
I know what it means. Thanks for demonetizing the video, woman. And I need to give myself a labor wage.
So if you're not finding anybody on Etsy, you can go with big companies as well. You can look at bigger companies, like who's the biggest in the industry overall, and you can kind of steal their price points. Because I know your products are a lot more niche than just silver jewelry or something that everybody, makes on Etsy. Your products are very niche.
Smexy adult painting. Yeah. Many paintings of my booty up about in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's all I paint is Marc's.
My butt.
Marc's board.
All right, lightning round. If you're getting a lot of... yeah, we see that. I posted a TikTok video yesterday, and the views have not changed since last night. How can I check I've been shadow banned, or if it's just a really bad video, which I'm okay with? I don't think there is a way to check.
There's probably a TikTok shadow ban tool.
Yeah, we don't know off the top of our heads. I mean, unless you're posting something that really, rides the line on something, you're probably not going to get shadow banned, because we follow some goofier TikTok stuff, and it's rough. It's real rough, so getting banned on TikTok's still kind of hard.
Yeah.
Unless you're, directly having nudity or adult themes.
We like the oddballs, so TikTok is pretty open. I would say that Instagram does have shadow ban tools that you just, you can Google them. You should, if TikTok does shadow ban people, then I would say that if TikTok's going to ban somebody, they're just going to ban them.
They just outright ban. I don't think they shadow ban. I think they just...
Shadow ban is when they ban you and they don't want you to know that they banned you.
Yeah, so they'll still, have your account visible and all that stuff. But as far as I know, TikTok is just nope, goodbye.
Yeah, that's like YouTube. YouTube doesn't shadow ban you, they just ban you.
It said that, I don't know how to answer that, but my SEOs are pretty simple and straightforward. My shop used to get thousands of views. Now they get maybe 10 a day, so I don't know what's changed.
Okay, so keep in mind, like we said previously, that in if you're talking about 2019...
She said 2018.
Okay, so
my shop died in 2018.
Okay. So have you changed your SEO since then? What people searched for yesterday isn't what they searched for today. Trends change. Yeah, trends change monthly, and eRank updates our search data every month. For those who don't know, we work for eRank. We don't get paid to recommend it though, but we update that data monthly because trends change so much. January of last year, with the top search item was Bernie Sanders mittens. Nobody is searching for Bernie Sanders mittens anymore.
Yes, I've changed the SEO since then. Honestly, it can be hard to say.
Yeah,
could be any number of things. Maybe there's a competitor that had their SEOs better, and they've got good social media marketing, and they're saturating the market with their thing.
Etsy SEO is a science experiment, and you have to keep experimenting. And if for any reason you're just struggling with SEO, and you feel that you've done everything that you can do, what else are you doing? Because that's one side of the traffic funnel.
Yeah, what else has changed? Where did that traffic come from?
That's one side of the traffic funnel, but there's also the side of the traffic funnel that you're responsible for. Etsy's job isn't to give you sales. I think that a lot of people get that misconception where they think that Etsy's job is to send people to you, and that's not their job. Your job is to do your best to SEO optimize so that the algorithm identifies you in the marketplace, but you also have to be willing to put in some work off platform to drive traffic to your shop, which helps to build your listing quality score, and your listing quality score is what will ultimately help you to rank in search. The way that I would recommend doing that is to get on Instagram and start making reels. Reels have already, everybody is talking about them because they're the thing that's working right now. And they're probably not going to work the way that they do right now forever. So it would be better to jump on this train while you can before it's gone. So I would try to get some Instagram reels out there. We've got some videos on Instagram reels.
if organic marketing isn't working for you, then off-site marketing is probably what you're going to have to do. And they said that their competitors have zero SEO, but they have a name. Then you've got to build a name.
Yep. And social media is probably the best way to do that. And like I said, Instagram right now, the reels, it's the best place to be. And then you can take those reels and repost them to TikTok and, double that up.
It could be any number of things. Did you break a rule in the past? Did you get a really crappy review at one point in time? Did you have some kind of conflict with Etsy? Did you, I don't know. It can be really, really hard to say what specifically changes.
Yeah.
How can I get a banner if I don't want to fool around with Canva? Okay, well, the thing is, you're going to have to fool around with something. or you're going to have to pay someone to make it for you. So your choices are get on something like Fiverr and make a banner, use Canva, use Photoshop. You're going to have to fool around with something. We recommend things like Canva because for most users, it's going to be the most user-friendly and easiest to do. How do I do something, but I don't want to do it? Is basically what you're asking.
How do I fix my broken arm, but I don't want to go to the doctor? You don't.
Right.
You gotta.
You've got to do something. You're either going to reset that bone yourself, or you're going to go to the doctor and have them do it for you.
Yeah, unfortunately. You got to pick somewhere to go. I recommend Canva because it's easy. You type in Etsy banner template. It gives you a bunch of templates, and then you just put your brand name on them, and you're done. Like, it's like no effort thing. So Canva's the easiest. That's why we recommend it. It only takes a few seconds. I could make a banner in like 2 seconds.
You said, I am willing to pay someone to do it.
Do it.
Pay someone to do it. Get on some art groups. Get on Reddit. Get on Fiverr. There's a million places where people will make that for you.
Fiverr's a great place to go. Just tell them like what's your vibe.
Fiverr, you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Fiverr, you can.
I'm saying that because if you pay somebody $10 to make your banner, there's a good chance it's not going to come out very good.
Yeah, Fiverr. It's a good quick option if you want to just toss something.
All right. We're 5 minutes over, so let's actually lightning round this. If you're longer shipping times than 3 days, how do you professionally say your shipping time when asked? I basically state the shipping times and estimated arrival subject to carrier delays.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly what you just said. Shipping times and estimated arrival are subject to carrier delays. I cannot control the post.
Yeah, you don't got to pat your customers on the head. They're still just customers at the end of the day.
Yeah. I order things with I ordered something with like a 3-week shipping time. And as long as I know that, I'm not upset about it. I would put it in your listing photos, in one of your 10 listing photos. That way, if they don't read your descriptions, at least they know.
What if your ad spend is above your sales for a certain product?
You stop the ad.
Yes.
You don't siphon money into something that's not working. Pull back and focus on the items that are selling well already. That's why we always say put your ad money into the products that are selling already. Because if they're already doing well, then you know that the SEO is good. They've got good listing quality scores. You can only take a good product and make it better by putting the ad money behind it. Mm-hmm. You can't take a product that nobody wants, put ad money behind it, and then expect it to suddenly take off. I know a lot of people are like, why would you advertise it if it's already doing well? Well, because if you advertise something that's not doing well, putting money behind it doesn't make it do well.
All right, I'm going to cut off at Renee's question down here.
Okay.
And Carly had said, I still feel bad and send some priority. I would only honestly do that if you know you have a sale that you can't cancel and you know that the customer is potentially toxic and you're going to get a bad review if they don't get it in time. But I don't feel bad. Things happen. Slow spring, blah, 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 blah. Yes.
We're not ignoring your questions.
No, I just want to get to the questions. We haven't eaten yet today. I'm hungry.
He's hangry.
I'm hangry. Etsy sends me top picks for you and shows similar tumblers to what I sell. Why? I'm not ordering someone else's similar to my product. Probably because you're still searching for those things. Yeah, you're probably doing competitor research.
You've got a seller profile, but your seller profile is also your buyer profile, and Etsy is only as smart as a machine can be. It's not a person saying, haha, it would be really funny as if we sent her all of her competitors. No, they're just identifying that they are noticing that the words that you're frequently using and the language that you're using on Etsy is they assume that that's what you're interested in, so they're recommending those things to you. That's just how Etsy works. Unfortunately, it's machine learning. That's what they've learned about you, which is a good thing. If they know that that's what you're interested in, then it's more likely that they know what you're selling as well.
Carly had said same thought process. Remember, you're allowed to fire customers too. Mm-hmm. Something that a lot of people don't remember. Like, you can absolutely cancel orders and refuse to sell to someone. You can't block them yet for some reason, but you can refuse to send people items and just immediately refund them.
You can technically block them, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't keep them from buying from you.
No, it doesn't. If I Google luxury, my item, I see mine and $1,200 exotic leather items from Russia.
Well,
yeah, it happens.
That might be a little outside of the price range, but
I've been making Instagram reels to help drive traffic and can't seem to get many views on my reels. Any advice? Thanks. Either make the reels more interesting or optimize your hashtags better.
Yep, and the descriptions, you can keyword optimize your reels. So Instagram works just like Etsy does when it comes to the algorithm. The more consistent that you are by using a similar terminology on everything that you do, the more likely it is that Instagram will know what your page is all about. So if you've got an Instagram account where you post your products, but you also post what you had for dinner, and here's my kids, and here's my dog, and here's my house, and here's my backyard. Instagram's like, what the heck is this person? What are they trying to tell us? But if you make mugs and you're posting about your mugs and coffee in a mug and here's making a mug and all my mugs, then Instagram knows that you want to be known for mugs. So first of all, what type of signals are you sending to Instagram? If you're not sending strong signals, then I would start buckling down on your consistency. And look at what other people in your industry are doing on Instagram. The thing about Reels is some of them take off for no reason. Some of them that you think are really good do really bad for no reason. Instagram says the very best Reels strategy is to post 5 to 7 Reels per week. That's what their CEO said. Do you have to post that many to grow? No. But they say for, optimal growth, 5 to 7 Reels per week, 1 live stream per week, 3 to 5 feed posts per week, 1 story every day, 1 story in your feed. So that's what the CEO says.
Having crochet and sewing items is fine or no. Most items are kitchen themed, but also do crochet animals and hair ties. For example.
See, that's unfortunately we really can't say, because you could totally make those things work together, but it's really about how you brand and market it. Without seeing it, there's just no way to say. It needs to make sense. And if you make it make sense because everything's branded in a similar way and you've targeted a specific group of people, then it's fine. You just have to make sure that when someone enters your shop, they can look around and they can say, this is meant for me. Do you have a defined target audience? That would be my number 1 question to you. If you say, yes, my target audience is women ages 35 to 65 who work from home and have pet horses, perfect. That's a niche. That makes sense to me.
How do I buy your course? It opens on June 14th. You can join the mailing list down below. Perfect segue to end the video.
Yeah, there's a waiting list down there. Doesn't obligate you to buy, but it ensures that you get a big discount when it opens.
Yes.
All the information about the program is on that page. And if you have any questions about it, you're free to ask us on Fridays. We're always here. Or you can send me an email at starla@handmadealphaacademy.com, and we're happy to answer those as well.
Or if you want to pay full price, wait till June 14th and then just go to handmadealphaacademy.com and click purchase, and you can pay double.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that too.
But we give the people on our mailing list and our YouTube subscribers, you guys get the discount. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I'm receiving an error message today when I try to publish a listing. Just out of the blue, it says you must provide a carrier and mail class or min-max delivery days. I haven't changed anything. They might have updated something and require you to have those things.
Yeah. Play around with it. Yeah. I think that you do have to choose. You do have to have those delivery days. So if they've changed it when you've gone in to edit it and the change has been, made on Etsy's end, then anything that you go in and edit will then, in order to republish it, you will likely
have to make that update.
Yeah, it was the same thing with tariff codes.
Yeah.
So you might have to go through all your listings and update them, unfortunately. Good thing it's a Friday.
Yes, thank goodness.
Give you something to do over the weekend.
But we love you guys. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button. Click the bell icon if you have the YouTube app and you want to get notified anytime we go live or upload a video. We usually live stream on Fridays and upload videos on Tuesdays, noon-ish. Sometimes other days if tech happens.
I do it when YouTube tells me the best optimization time is. I listen to their analytics.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next week.